Welcome to this lesson video. Today we'll be looking at how to calculate distance. Basically this subtopic is under analytical geometry. Let us start. We normally say a distance is a length between 2 points. Now in most cases the question will be given 2 points in a coordinate form, and then you are asked to calculate the distance between those 2 points. Sometimes the question will say determine the length or calculate the length between segment AB or between point AB. Now suppose you are given this point as -5 maps 4, and then we have 0 maps 6, and then the question says you must calculate the distance between A and B. Now before we get into this first example, what is important? We need to understand and know the equation to calculate the distance between 2 points. So the equation is d squared, which is the distance, is equals to the x coordinate of point A or point 1 minus the x coordinate of the second point, all squared, plus y coordinate of the first minus y coordinate of the second, all squared. Now I normally say this is the first equation, and then from the first equation let us introduce a square root. Let us simply remove this power 2, so we have to square both sides. We know that this will disappear with this, and then we'll be left with d. So after d has disappeared, on the right hand side we still have our square root. Then we say this is the second equation. Basically it's one and the same thing, but let us simply say this is the first equation, the second equation. Whenever I say first equation, just know that I'm talking about this one without the square root. Second equation, I'm referring to this one. Now I will simply explain when do we use the first and the second. Normally I say we use equation 1 whenever you are given the distance. Suppose you have 2 points B and C, and then the distance between them is 3 units, and then we have x 5 3 7. Now you can see in this situation you are given the distance, you are given x and y of one of the coordinates, and then the other coordinate you are not given one of the coordinates. In this case you are not given the x coordinate, you are given the y coordinate of point B. When you are given the distance between the 2 points, you are given all the coordinates of one of the points, and then the other point is missing one coordinate, which is x or y. Sometimes it will be y, sometimes it will be x. Just know that we are going to use equation 1. And then when you are given the distance, suppose you have this point CD, you are not given the distance, you are given the coordinates, and then you want to calculate the distance. You simply use equation number 2. So let us look at the scenario. We can see that we are given two coordinates, actually 2 points with defined coordinates, and then we want to calculate the distance. So how do we calculate? Which equation are we going to use, 1 or 2? We are going to use 2. So d is equals to square root of x1 plus x, no, it's actually minus the difference, minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Now what is important, we need to label our coordinates, actually our points. So point A, we can refer it as point 1, and then this will be our point 2. If this is our point 1, so it means we have x1 maps y1. Remember, a coordinate, actually a point, is made up of x and y coordinates, so x2, y2. Then from here we can simply substitute. So d is equals to square root, what is our x1 is -5, what is our x2, it's 0, so minus 0 or squared, plus y1 it's -4 minus y2 it's 6 squared. Then from here we can simply simplify. So you have square root of -5 minus 0, it's simply -5 squared, plus -6 minus -4 minus 6, it's -10 squared. Square root of actually -5 raised to the power 2, it's positive 25, plus -10 raised to the power 2, it's positive 100. Then from here we have square root of 125, and then this is the same as 25 multiplied by 5. And then we check between the two. Do we have square root of 25? Yes. Do we have square root of 5? No. So square root of 25 is 5, and then we have this. This is our distance between A and B. But to save time and be accurate, when you are using a calculator, after substituting here, you can simply punch the calculator and give out the answer. Our next example. Go ahead and pause the video, try to work out this question. Play the video and verify your answer. We are calculating the distance. We are given 2 points, so we are going to use equation number 2. So this will be our x1, y1, our x2, y2. So we have d is equals to square root of 0 minus 3, no, it's 0 minus 8 squared plus 3 minus 11 squared. The answer is 8 square root of 2 units. You are done with this question. Our next example is a bit different. Actually, it's different from the previous examples. This one, you are given the distance between 2 points, point Q and T. The distance is square root of 8 units. Coordinates of Q is 4 and 1. t is p and 3. So the question, we must calculate point, actually coordinate p, the value of p. So d squared is equals to x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Distance square root of 8 squared is equals to, let us quickly label x1 y1 x2 y2. x1 is 4 minus x2 is p squared plus y1 is 1 minus 3 squared. Square root of 8 to the power 2 is the same as square root of 8 multiplied by square root of 8. That will be 8. It's equals to. Now we need to solve this. We can start by expanding. Plus 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 to the power 2, it's actually 4. So we have 8 is equals to 4 multiplied by 4, it's 16. 4 multiplied by negative p, it's negative 4p. Negative p multiplied by 4, it's negative 4p. Negative p multiplied by negative p is positive p squared plus 4. We have p squared. We're trying to rearrange. Negative 4p, negative 4p plus 4 plus 16. I'll transpose this to this side, becomes negative 8 is equals to 0. P squared minus, we have like terms, a term which has p and raised to the power 1, it's this one and this one. Then other terms without no variable, this one and this one. So we have p squared, negative 4 minus 4, it's negative 8p. 4 plus 16, it's 20. 20 minus 8, it's actually positive 12. It's equals to 0. From here we need to factorize. So we are looking for two terms. When you multiply them, they give you positive 12. When you add them, they must give you negative 8. So looking at possible factors, okay, 4 multiplied by 4, actually 4 multiplied by 3 is equals to positive 12. For this one, for now, it's okay. And then 4 plus 3, it's not equals to 8. Negative 4 plus 3, it's not equals to 8. Negative 4 minus 3, it's also not equals to 8. So you can see that these factors won't work in this situation. Let us look at other two numbers. You multiply them, they give you 12. So we have 12 multiplied by 1, it's 12. 12 plus 1, it's not equals to 8. 12 minus 1, it's not equals to 8. Negative 12 minus 1, it's also not equals to 8. So you can see that 12 and 1, they are not the factors of this equation. Now other factors, it's 6. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. 6 plus 2 is equals to 8, but remember we are looking for negative 8. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. We are almost there. Negative 6 minus 2 is equals to negative 8. So for this one, it's correct. Now there is a problem with this one. Now in order for us to multiply these two terms with these negatives so that they give us a positive 12, it must be negative 6 multiplied by negative 2. It will give us 12. So this negative 6 and negative 2 are the correct factors. So we have P and P. So it's negative 2, negative 6. P minus 2 is equals to 0. P minus 6 is equals to 0. P is equals to 2, or P is equals to positive 6. So the value of P can be positive 2 or positive 6. Now that's it for this lesson video. This is Bahula SJ. Thank you very much.